Well, our recurring man-made crisis over the national debt coming to a head again in the coming months, and it could put the wallets of every American at risk and maybe even lead to another government shutdown. After blowing right through the debt ceiling back in March, the Treasury has been using, quote, extraordinary measures to keep things afloat. But a new report says they could run out of money by mid-September. If lawmakers can't agree on a spending solution before heading out for the August recess, the government could partially default on its debt. This means benefits for millions of Americans might run dry, could even lead to a stock market crash, spurring a recession and job losses. Now, despite the potential fallout over this larger issue, White House senior economic advisor Larry Kudlow says he thinks that our current economic boom means that the ever-growing federal debt is, quote, not a huge problem right now. Now, regardless, most Republican lawmakers have, at some point, said this is a huge problem. But are they actually willing to solve it? Joining me now, Utah Republican Senator and author of Our Lost Declaration. It is Senator Mike Lee. Senator, it is great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Guy.
All right, so let's talk about this coming cliff. Here we are, again, lurching from crisis to crisis. There are ongoing talks between the two parties. The White House is involved. What should happen if Mike Lee could have his way?
We have to stop deluding ourselves into thinking that there is a risk-free proposition on the table. The fact is that we're playing with fire. This is a ticking time bomb that over time is going to harm us if we don't address it. Sooner or later, our mounting national debt is going to get to the point where the interest on the debt will be unsustainable. We won't be able to pay it. And the more we kick this can down the road, the greater the possibility that can is going to hurt us. And so I think we should start right now by enacting some type of permanent structural spending reform, one that would be difficult for Congress in the future to circumvent, something like a balanced budget amendment that would move the constitutional threshold, the goalposts, if you will, for future debt ceiling increases.
Would you be worried about a balanced budget amendment that would lead to tax increases?
Yes, I would, and that's exactly why in the balanced budget amendment that I've proposed and that I've been advocating for 8.5 years, it would require a supermajority vote in Congress anytime you want to either raise the debt ceiling or raise taxes or spend more than 18% of GDP. All of those things should require a supermajority vote in Congress. Otherwise, Congress is basically taking money from future generations and giving it to today's generations. It's a form of taxation without representation. We fought a war over that, and we won that war.
So, Senator, let me just preface by saying I love Larry Kudlow. He's a great guy. But when I see him poo-pooing these deficits, $1 trillion a year and beyond, oh, it's not that big of a deal, we've got growth, I just feel like a lot of voters listen to the rhetoric coming out of this Republican White House, and they think, well, gosh, maybe Republicans will start pretending to care about this again when a Democrat wins next. And I know that's cynical, but it kind of feels true for a lot of people. What's your response to the comments from Kudlow?
Oh, sure. And look, I agree with you. I love Larry Kudlow. The guy's fantastic. But, you know, he's got a job. He's got a boss. He's got a client, if you will. And he is touting the party line of the current administration. But I think you're right. I think regardless of the political party of the person in the Oval Office at the moment, those of us who serve in the Senate and serve in the House have an obligation to look long term and look beyond party politics in this. This is a problem. And we're fooling ourselves if we try to tell ourselves that it's not.
Yeah. And look, his point about the growth, it's fair enough. That is a mitigating factor. It certainly helps, but it doesn't even come close to dealing especially with the long-term obligations. Let's turn to something much happier, Senator, namely your book. Tell us all about the new book, what people can expect.
Yeah, I wrote Our Lost Declaration because I want to help reconnect the American people to the principles underlying the founding of our great country. The reason why we no longer fly the Union Jack, why we don't sing God Save the Queen, it was really about much more than a rejection of the monarchy. It was about an acceptance of the dignity and the eternal value of the human soul. And Our Lost Declaration tells the stories that led to the American Revolution that were underlying the Declaration of Independence, a document that we've too long forgotten.
And you've got these historical anecdotes in the book that you tell, as you say, forgotten stories. But I guess people might be wondering, history buffs, that's fascinating, it's interesting. What's the application today?
The application today is that although we no longer have a king, although we no longer have a monarchy, and we're no longer subject to a national government based in London, thousands of miles away from the American people, we still run the same risks because human nature is still what it is. Instead of a kingdom today, we're subject to a large, sprawling administrative bureaucracy that, while not hereditarily inherited, is itself unanswerable to the people, completely unaccountable, and triggering the same concerns voiced by Thomas Paine prior to the revolution.
Always thoughtful. Senator Mike Lee of Utah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Guy.